What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and it is a cold, rainy, wet, and windy day here in Charlotte. Right now, we're feeling the effects of Joaquin, the tropical depression out in the Bahamas area. Down there. So it's affecting us right now. So it's real nasty outside. But I knew I need to do this video. I knew I need to do a video. And I said it in one of the Love and Hip Hop videos that I wanted to do a video. Since I've been reviewing, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and really getting a chance to analyze the relationships and really analyze the females, it made me want to do a video about marriage and why I decided I wanted to get married and how I got to this point as a man. I don't know if there are videos like this that exist, and that never really matters to me when I'm putting up a video, but I thought that it would be really good to get my views as a man on marriage and get that out there. So, for those who do not know, I am engaged. I'm getting married in 36 days, and I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm sure of my decision, and I have no regrets, and I don't question the decision that I've made. If you go back and watch the engagement story and how we met, you'll understand why I decided to propose to her. But as far as my views on marriage and the institution of marriage, I'll first say that I've been around marriage all my life. Every older couple that has been around me has been married. My mom and my dad were married until, my dad died in 2011. I did a video about that. They were married up until he passed, and then my mother remarried, last year. Last year she remarried, found love again, and got married again. My aunts and uncle, her brother and sisters, all married. When my dad's brother was living, he was married. So my parents' siblings, all married. Of them, none ended in divorce. They all were till death do us part. I have an uncle who has lost 2 wives, and everybody else is still married, unless both of them have passed. So I say all that to say, I've been around marriage all my life. It's all I've ever known. Anytime I'm at a family function, you always see man and wife. You always see them together. So ever since I was young, that's just how I've always viewed family. I've always viewed family as a mother and a father who are married and then have children. That's just my upbringing. And I guess you might say that I'm really blessed to have had that upbringing. I may be really privileged to have seen that, because you talk to some other people about their views on marriage and kind of how they were raised and what they saw, and it's very different. Times have changed completely. People don't get married like that. People don't stay married. People have children before they get married, and you can do it however you choose to do it. But for me, based on the way that I was raised, I've known all my life that I've wanted to get married one day, because I wanted to be like my mother and my father. I wanted to be like my aunts and uncles and the other family members that I had who were married. For me and my personal beliefs, I do believe it's better to be married and then have children. There's no disrespect to the people who have done it a different way. It's just, for me, I never planned on having children before I got married. And like I've said in other videos, I've done everything that I needed to do to make sure that I didn't end up in that boat. Some people will talk about, it's circumstance that they, got pregnant before they were married, or pregnant before any of that kind of stuff. It's not really circumstance, it's choice. But I've made the choice, and I made the decision, and I've taken the necessary precautions to make sure that I don't have any children. And I don't. And, me and my fiance have discussed that when we get married, that is what we're going to start doing. We're going to try to start our family, because that is both what we wanted. Now, it's not common that you hear a man say that he aspires to marriage. I do think that's something that most people will probably say, you hear more women say than men. But all my life, I've known that I wanted to get married. Every date that I've gone on as an adult male, I have brought up marriage. And some people said I was wrong for doing that, but every time that I dated someone, this is really important, especially for people who are looking to get married and who have that same aspiration that I do. Every time that I was getting to know someone, I always made sure that I had the marriage talk. That you knew exactly where I was headed in life. You knew exactly where I was going. You knew what my goals were in life. One of my big goals, marriage. I mean, along with the other goals in my life was to graduate high school, did it. Graduate college in 4 years, did it. Own a business, did it. You know, I'm not as financially successful as some people might want to be, but you know, I gotta say that I'm very blessed to have done everything that I've done and to have met all of the goals that I've set for myself. I still have more, but I mean, I say I've been doing pretty well for myself. But I would always have that marriage talk with girls, and I think that it did scare off a lot of girls because I was having this talk in college. The girls that I was interested in college, I was letting them know, hey, I want to get married and I want to start a family, and I want to do it in that order. And you know, if you're not down with that, that's cool, but you can't really have me and not have that. And I think that that is one of the main areas that a lot of people go wrong, just in relationships in general, is not moving towards a common goal. You know what I mean? I've always made sure that the girls that I've been in an extended relationship with have been moving in the same direction that I'm going. You know, we may have different goals along the way, but we know that we're working towards a common goal, and that's really what's important. So every time I dated, I always told the girl that, hey, I want to get married. And if she wasn't cool with it, she threw up the peace sign, and I was okay with that. I think marriage is a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, I know that it's hard work. Me and my fiance, we've been in premarital counseling, and we just wrapped up our final session. We probably had like 16, 17, 18 sessions. And they've been amazing. It's been the ride of engagement, despite all of the craziness and all the drama that comes along with it, has been really exciting. But I'm looking most forward to making her my wife. You know, making her officially, legally, on paper, making her my queen. I've dated a decent amount of females. Decent. Never mind. And I've seen different personalities, and she is by far everything and more. Anything that I've hoped for, prayed for, wished for in a woman up to this point, she is that. I've always been very clear about the kind of girl, woman that I wanted to be with, and she's that. And that kind of makes me believe in marriage a little bit more, to find someone who's on the same page as me, whose personality complements mine, who balances me out, who centers me, pulls me to the back to the right when I'm going to the left. You know, that makes me believe in marriage more. A lot of people say that they don't want to get married because of the divorce, and that's nothing but fear. That's nothing but fear. I don't believe in allowing fear to stop me from doing most things. I'm terrified of flying. I hate flying, but I still fly because it's the quick way to get there. And I maybe it's my relationship with God, but I truly believe that whatever is meant to be will be, and what is for you is only for you, and it's not for anybody else. If you're meant to be with someone, you'll be with them. And if it's not meant to work out, it won't work out. But in that, you still have responsibilities that you need to take care of and do your part. But I think people are crazy for allowing the potential of divorce to stop them from getting married. You know, people say, oh, the divorce rate is rising. The divorce rate is rising because divorce is normal now. Divorce is okay. You know, 60 years ago, the divorce rates weren't this high. People weren't talking about getting divorced like that, but it's normal now. There's a lot of things that's normal now that people really wish weren't normal, but they are, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you can't allow that to dictate how you live your life. If marriage is something that you really want, go after it, you know, and don't let anyone tell you you're wrong for that. There are plenty of people who told me I was wrong as a man for wanting to get married and having those conversations. Nobody can tell me I'm wrong for the way that I feel. No one. So don't allow anybody to tell you that you're wrong. I guess I'm speaking to a lot of women, but I'm pretty sure there are some men out there who may think the same way that I think. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and don't let the chance of divorce stop you. Parts of the reason why there's so many divorces is people. Parts of the reason, get my grammar right. Part of the reason why there are so many divorces is people are weak. Is that the right word? People are weak and they give up easy. Because I guess if you look at it as going by what your vows are, till death do us part, you wouldn't be getting divorced. You would do everything you could in your power to make it work. Now, I know there's some things that happen that are just, you know, unacceptable, but a lot of people just get married and get divorced just because the wind blew, or they saw something else. They saw a new shiny car that they liked more than the car that they had. I don't know. I think more people should aspire to marriage. I think more people should aspire to strong relationships. I've always wanted just one girl. I tried to date more than one person at the same time, and it just did not work out well. It just was not successful because my brain is just not wired to give multiple people what I have to offer. Because I guess I look at it like this. When I'm in a relationship, or when I've been in a relationship, I guess, I give everything I can. I give you my time. I give you more of my time and more of my time. My energy, my love, all of that. I give it all because I'm so big on put out what you want to get. And so I've given all of that to different girls throughout my life with expectation of getting it back. And sometimes I've gotten some, sometimes I've gotten all, sometimes I've gotten more. You know, it just depended on the situation. But I could not imagine spreading myself thin and trying to give the same thing to two different women. I could not imagine. So that's also a reason why I want to get married. I want to know that there's only one woman in this whole world, and all these billions of people, there's only one woman who is privileged enough to get all that I have to give, and who saw me as privileged enough to be able to receive everything she has to give. That business partner, that bond is just, it's what I want. Just one. Think about to know that on the entire earth, you got one person in your corner, no matter what, who accepts you, flaws and all, who will tell you when you're wrong, who will tell you when you're right, who will praise you when you do well, and pick you up when you fall. That's an amazing thing. Who would not want that? But like I said, you gotta give that to get it, I think. Another reason why I wanted to get married, like I said, was because I wanted to have children. I want to be a dad. I'm looking forward to the time when I can be a dad. And I pray that it's in my cards. You know, like I said earlier, everything, what's meant to be will be, and what's for you is for you. And I don't know if it's in God's plan for my life to be a dad. I hope it's there, but I would not want to bring a child into this world without a wife. I don't want a baby mama. I don't want a mother to my child. I don't want a woman who's just, I want a wife. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. But those are my views on marriage. Marriages can work in 2015, but you have to make them work, and you have to work at them. And no marriage is perfect, and you shouldn't model your marriage off of anyone else's. Like I said in the relationship goals video, you should not have relationship goals based on other people's relationships. You shouldn't have marriage goals based on anyone else's marriage. My goals for my marriage are not based on anybody else's thoughts but my own. Yes, I saw what my parents were. I saw the picture, but I wasn't in their marriage. I couldn't tell you what went on behind the scenes. Now that my dad has died, I know a little bit more, and it changes, my perspective on things. But I would never try to live up to what they had or live up to what my aunts and uncles had. I would never do that. Travis's marriage is going to be Travis's marriage, and I'm okay with that. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. It's a nasty day outside. I felt like I was going to say more in this video, but I didn't. I'm about to get in here and fix me something to eat. So, y'all take it easy. My fiance's bridal shower is tomorrow, so I'm gonna drop her off at that. I'm chauffeuring her for the day, so she doesn't have to drive. And then Sunday, we're going to Disney on Ice. And then Saturday night, Sunday is my mom's birthday. We're going to Disney on Ice that day. Saturday is my fiance's bridal shower. And then Saturday night, we'll celebrate my mom's birthday. We're gonna go bowling. So I'm looking forward to a fun-filled weekend in all this nasty weather. But like always, y'all remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will be seeing you guys hopefully on Monday evening for my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review. And y'all take it easy. Peace.